Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of Strange Horticulture. We have closed day 3, I believe, or day 4 on the last day. It actually just showed on the loading screen, but as always, I didn't pay too much attention. Where did we leave things off? Well, we mostly served customers in the last episode. I think we actually went through 2 full days. We've gained quite the collection by now. As you can see, it starts to get a little bit full and lively in our beautiful little shop. And, well, we're still holding out to see what continues in terms of the story around the murdered Arda, the Sisterhood of Witches, and so on and so on. But most importantly, we have to say hello to little Hellbore. Hi, cutie. Alright, let's not waste any time, close the day, and start the next one. Those mysterious cards again. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east, where the Everheart grows. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl grew inward as her father turned to drink. Okay. 15. I wonder if this is progression in the story or if this is like a snapshot backwards. Was there any indication here? She found something she wasn't meant to find. Could have been a child at that point. I'm sure we'll find out more, but this is certainly interesting. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. So a castle. But we don't know which castle. But it's a castle basically where southeast there's an abbey. And she buried her husband 3 miles to the east. I wonder if 3 miles is equivalent to 3 tiles? Where the Everheart grows. Okay, let's have a look. See if we can solve this riddle. Day 5. Oh, so it was 4 days already. Day 5, Tuesday. Okay, before we allow in the first customer, let's just have a quick look at the map and see... Oh, you know what? Let's use this. I think although... No, we use it this way, because then we can use it in conjunction. It is a little bit easier. A castle northwest of an abbey. So last time we visited Lord and Lady something in Scissor Castle. Unfortunately, I forgot the name. There is another castle over here. It's called Muncaster Castle, something like that, or Muncaster. There's also Agramon Castle. And there is an abbey, which is northwest. Calder Abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east, where the Everheart grows. So if she lives in the castle, I wonder if that is a hint towards whether she buried it 3 miles to the east from where the abbey is, or where she lives. Assuming this is correct, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Where the Everheart grows. I'm not quite sure. Actually, let's have a look on the map. Maybe it gives us an indication. Could be here. 1, 2, 3. There's literally nothing. Where is here? If we go Calder Abbey, 1, 2, 3. At least there are some trees. Let's just try it. Why did I come here? Okay. Well, we also figured out how to make this go up a little bit quicker, so... Just watering some plants, minding my own business, not a care in the world. The nice thing is, it stopped raining again, so that's good. we got to this one. Maybe I should just take a... There's also a castle here, but no ivy nearby. There's also this castle. No. I mean, what are the chances of being two castles with an abbey close by? Well, pretty likely. The daughters to the circle. And I'm fairly sure to the east where the Everhard grows. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. It was from where she lives, not from where the abbey is. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. Gorgeous. New plant acquired. Alright, let's have a quick look. Pink flowers, wow. This, yeah. The descriptions are getting better and better, but it doesn't matter. Let's open our shop and begin day 5. Faye! I must thank you. Last night, for the first time in weeks, my mind was calmed. I am no longer tormented by visions of the woman in the jade mask and that terrible monster. Now, I'm wondering if you have some worry list to keep my over-anxious thoughts at bay. I think we do. Certainly we have the description of Veriless. Veriless is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. This time around I feel we really only have the picture to go by. This one could be it. Small yellow berries. But this has like a line going through the leaves, so no. Is there anything else that looks remotely like this? The smell of the flowers. So it should have flowers. Well, and it doesn't have a tick, right? So we haven't... Yeah, so we haven't identified it yet, at least not successfully. Brimlock. This has something already. No. No, this looks very strange. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. But this says inhaling the smell of the flowers. Oh. So no flowers then. Because this has only fruit. Could it be that we don't have it yet? Grey-blue flowers with an orange center. Doesn't strike me as this one either. Well, small leaves, delicate flowers. Is an aptly named plant, inhaling the smell of the flowers. Those leaves also don't look very small to me. I really wonder if we... That was Brimlock. I think we did identify it. I don't know why I left this one. Yeah, we did identify it, so... You know what, let's change this now, before I forget again. Fever Kiss. That's... For some strange reason, this is what this reminds me of. It looks very similar, right? Like you have that little bulb at the dot and then those two separate leaves coming out of it. I don't see anything. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. No, that's not it. What to do? Smells like sweet rhubarb. That almost looks a little bit like it. But not quite. No, those definitely not. What else do we have here? Common trouse. With a sweet scent, no. Cream colored flowers, they smell wonderful. This kind of looks like it. You know what? I think I'm gonna try this one. I'm chuffed about that. I really wasn't sure, but nice book entry. Hop Heart, Cora ingens. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Okay, I think we might have this one as well, but let's not waste any time and make sure that Burles gets its tag as well, its label. Excellent. I just want to have a quick look and see if face bio has changed by any chance. No, so this all stays the same. And in a way I'm quite glad, so it means the last time we had a moral decision to make, and albeit we didn't really have a choice, because one of the plants, I think that was an option we didn't have at our disposal at the time, we did opt in to give her the one to ease, I think it was Candlewood, right? Yeah. This one said, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the minds. We chose to give her the Candlewood to actually help her. I think the other option was to give her a plant that would further her psychic abilities, potentially helping her to better understand the notion of those visions that she's receiving. But we've made a decision, and it looks like, from what she's just told us, that it worked, and she's doing better, and I guess at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Next customer. Simone, our good friend the librarian. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Andermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all, if he can help it. He was headed west. At least, I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? The common trouse? Yes, we did. We did find the plant that you need. And now we just need to find it again. Common trouse. There you go. Collect. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near to the source of the river Winster. Alright, and our charge is up, so we can go. Sedberg, right? West from Sedberg, okay. And now I probably put it exactly over where Sedberg is. No, I have no idea. Let's see if we can. Oh, here, Sedberg, and he headed west. Well, to be honest, from here the only way is towards west. This the river Winster. This is the River Kent, River Sprint, River Gilpin, Kellington Lake. Near to the source of the River Winster. Okay, so this is the River Winster. So if he's only gone west, he could be here, but he also could be anywhere before it. And then I always thought the source is where the river starts, so that would be down here. We have two options again, so we could try the forest, or at least where the river ends. Let's try this one. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. 2 down, 3 to the right. 2 down, 3 to the right, I guess from where we found him. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that would bring us close to Scissor Castle again. Interesting. That's where we went last time to visit the Lord and the Lady. Okay. Oh, it lets us do this right away. Let's try it out. So this is where we went. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts, where I am greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, the man says. You must take this, take it. At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Oh, it's no use to me anymore. Oh, no use. Don't forget the red. Oh, ebony. I am sure that he is quite mad. Okay, but we are getting an item and a letter. Collect. Oh. What is this? That... It looks like a very interesting device. A form of magnifier of sorts, but not quite. There's like this window reflection in here, or maybe it serves a different purpose. But also has this weird gauge on the top right, and the bar that might fill. Who knows? Let's look at the letter. It is said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant. Why is it written plantae? I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Okay. No, so this is a guide on how to assemble this piece, but I guess he gave it to us already ready to use. Though not quite sure how to use this right now. I assume this might come at a later point. Yeah, slight magnification option again, maybe more will be revealed later. So let's put it in here for now, and let's put this into our letters. This can go into the archive, because we've met him. Alright, let's say hello to our next customer of the day. Conrad Stanway. I am not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Caballia, like a rare huntsman with the Dranthium-covered tombs. Caballia, I want to say... We have this one. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks very much like this one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? With those little thingamabobs coming out of the center. The flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent. It doesn't say anything else about it, other than that it comes with those 6 petals. Is there anything that's 5? Anything that looks remotely like this that we haven't identified yet? Not quite. I think we found our plant. So, Caballia, I chose you. Wonderful. Book entry. And we get the book entry for Eyebright. Euphrasia officinalis. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it Löth, after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night in even the darkest places. Oh, that's why it's called Eyebright. Aptly named. Okay, but let's quickly name our beautiful Caballia over here. Caballia, okay. And, was this someone with a bio? No. Let's carry on then. Oh. Mysterious. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear you are the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it is being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hopheart. And what a coincidence, because we've recently required the description for hopheart. Now it's a matter of identifying whether we actually have it in our collection or not. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Firm leaves. Blue flowers. Well, I guess this is a schematic of it. Dark blue. Blue flowers, stiff leaves, firm leaves, and that somewhat fits those yellow biddies coming out there. The leaves look quite like this. Might this be hopheart? There we go. Nice, we are on a roll. Hopheart, book entry. And we are receiving Copper Caledonian, or Aeris agaricum. This plant has a rejuvenating effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves, and not a part of the plant. Well, Copper Caledonium. But first, let's make sure we highlight our hopheart, which was this one. Hopheart, okay. And then Copper Caledonian. I think this might be it, but we'll use the yellow, we use the purple label, just in case. Verona. Reuben Ward has called on my unique expertise to aid in his investigation at the Swinside Stone Circle. Maybe that is our cue now. Unique expertise. Ha! He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Give it a good long thought, actually. But my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they've found something juicy down there. Oh yeah, trust me, they did. Signs of a ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do with some witch fig to take with me. Always comes in useful. Witch fig. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Well, fever kiss is this one. And surprise, surprise, we have a plant that looks very similar. Small yellow berries. Now, the only tip that we get is that it's similar to this one, and we don't have another one, so... Is this witch fig? And we get the info on Jacob's worth, Dignitas Jacobi. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's worth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate, and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out on the fells. That is an interesting ability to have, and we will quickly attach a label to witch fig. Okay. Now, I just want to have a really quick look into the chat log from Verona, because she said something super interesting. So Ruben, our inspector, has called on her expertise, and this is exactly about the case that he last spoke to us about. They said they found a grisly, well, he just called it a grisly one. So probably a relatively brutal murder that happened at or around the Swinside Stone Circle. And now he's appealing to her help, to her expertise, to help with this particular event. I don't know if this is enough for us to now go and take a look, but at the very least I think it makes clear that, again, something bigger is going on. First, Diada, the leader of this Sisterhood of Witches, being murdered. Now a potential sacrificial ritual that has, you know, found the next victim. Who knows what comes next? And we can see a new bio. Unknown. The woman in the jade mask. Little is known about the mysterious woman in the jade mask. Jade mask. Weren't Faye's visions about a woman in a jade mask and a terrible monster right behind her? She's occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanor. Sorry, let's just have a look. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. Camphor gave me his helping. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. The dreams feel like a warning. Now I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm almost wondering if it would have been better if we would have given her the other plant. I mean, again, we didn't have it, but still. And I'm convinced this is who she's seeing in her visions. Okay. But back to business. Oh no. Isidore. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. Well, go suck an egg. Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be. Especially with that damn cat still here. Don't you dare talk bad about my pure hellbore. Bishop's parasol. Well, it's a shame we can't refuse to help him, but hey, maybe I should just purposefully give him something wrong. A mushroom found in a dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. So he continues to have issues with his stomach. I think the very first time he approached us, he needed something for that as well. But then, obviously didn't prepare it well enough, so he needed another flower or another plant to help him with the resulting itch or whatever it was that came from it. But other than this being a mushroom, we don't really know lots about it. Gills on the other side seep a milky fluid. So most of my mushrooms I have over here. That's the Sunset Mount Cap, that's definitely not it. And he said, feeding on any light. I mean, this one looks like it's glowing. It seems to give off a small amount of light. But this one says, it can seem to draw light in. Enveloping its surroundings in darkness. No, maybe then more like this one. No, this smells rotten. Okay. A viscous white liquid can be seen oozing from its underside. It says seep a milky fluid. Okay. To be fair, I think this is pretty much our only option. Bishop's Parasol. And since it's this dude, I don't care if it's the wrong one. Ah, gosh darn it. Victim of our own success. It was Bishop's Parasol, and we get a book entry. Royal Gentia Caesari rosea, sometimes called Everhard. The pink flowers of the Royal Gentia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentia. The bind of Swift Snare, maybe another plant. Okay. Anyway, let's get our labels out. Bishop's Parasol. Alright, and back. And we have successfully concluded another day. Time to rip things up and close it. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. Not long after, the girl left home. Her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. Oh yeah, because the mother passed away, yes. So father started to drink, and the girl basically left home. Without her father taking much notice of it, which is super sad. This, though, another hint. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. Okay. And it is raining again. Well, before we start opening our shop, we should have a look if we can make out the hint of the latest card that we received. So the old man of Coniston, so maybe Coniston is... oh, damn. So maybe Coniston is the town or place, I guess, and there's potentially a lake, and across that, I guess, a river of sorts, and then southwards to the fork. So Lake Undermere is the biggest one. Here, Vast Water. Coniston, is there any Coniston water? The old man, oh! The old man is a mountain. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes because a mountain has no eyes. His mind wanders with the current gently southwards to the fork, and I guess that would be here. The old man across the lake, gently southwards to the fork. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I'm soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Yes! What do we get? Oh wow! Both very tall and very purple. Okay. I should start to put them all in order, but maybe I will do this outside of the recording. But for now, let's have a quick look at what the descriptions say. Light purple flowers, the smell is alluring. And this one, dark purple flowers. Wow. Thank goodness we have the magnifying glass. Otherwise I would have not got this. Sorry. I'll end it with the sarcasm now. Close the map. And we'll welcome our first customer. Eleanor Bramer. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away, and not much grows there. But I know where to find an unusual plant. Oh, I'm all ears. I have drawn you a map, in case you decide it's worth your time. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Eleanor. I don't assume she's in our bios? No. And I should have waited until I clicked her away, so I could have seen where exactly she wants us to go. Well, again, this looks like the picturing of water, maybe around here. This looks like over here, actually. Yeah. Very rough sketch. What is this dotted line, though? Is this one here? The dotted line? And then does that mean over here? Maybe this one? You know what? Why not? The air is thick with flying, biting insects. Oh, exactly what you described. An unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I'm overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. Blue winter? Winter boar? Let's have a quick look. We have the description, I just don't know if we have the plant. Also known as blue aloe or blue winter, after its cool blue-grey flowers. We have something with blue-grey. Winter boar is a hardy plant, often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. Oh, let's have a look. Winter boar. Blue-grey. I mean, this one is blue-grey, but it doesn't look anything like it. Dark blue. No. No. Oh. I wonder. I don't think we have this one. If only I had some winter boar. Dark blue petals. No, rubbery was the wording. Oh, hang on. Grey blue flowers with an orange center. Doesn't say anything about the petals though. But it fits the bill. Yes! Nice. Plant identified. Winter boar. Dranthium mens fortis. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Dranthium as green eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, where even the whites of the eye take on a green tint. So also something that is slightly dangerous, I guess. But doesn't matter. We will quickly attach this to winter boar. Alright, we can close our book and collect whatever it is that we found. Ooh. I feel like we've recently read the description to exactly this plant. Those thorns look menacing. I'm staying well clear of them. Yeah. And apologies, my memory really isn't great. You probably already know which one this was, but we'll figure this out when we need it. But still, success. Another venture successfully completed. Let's see who's next. Bethany's back. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Ada was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. Understandable. The temporary acting Ada is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is set to help locate people. It is indeed, and we have the entry for it. Jacob's Worth, because we read it just a little while ago. There we go, but we have not identified it yet. Unusual flowers, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. They will point towards the person. Well, that's great. Drawn to the... Oh, hang on. Hang on. The leaves seem to have a mind on their own, and people tend to be drawn to the flowers. What can I say? Dr. Green Thumb. No, not at all, but that was a lucky guess. Plant identified, book and tree. Solomon's Scepter, Vagamus infernum, also known, alarmingly, as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scone. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Okay, so this is a plant of concern. But we have successfully identified Jacob's Worth. Okay. Peggy Morris. What can I do for you, Peggy? I read about a wonderful sounding ornamental plant, but my book didn't say what it was called or where to find it. Okay. It has curled leaves and a dark blue flower. Curled leaves and a dark blue flower? A wonderful sounding ornamental plant? Could it be Lady of Summer? It is the Lady of Summer. You're very welcome, Peggy. Enjoy. This is ticked off and can go in the archive. Ennis Aylford. Interesting brooch. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. What? It is leaving me a letter. Okay. I represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sadgill Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendron. We'll have a look at this in a second. I want to see the cultist. Okay. A man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption. He grew up in nearby Gosforth, but it is rumored that he spent some time living in Rydal Cave. It is not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came to Undermere, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendro. Okay. So we have the occult scholar, we have the cultist, the woman in the jade mask, the sister, and the psychic. Such a nice mix of characters. Well, really well done. And I like the little symbols that they're all being accompanied by, kind of like an indicator for their, I guess, professions or powers or whatever. So you have the moon and the open eye. Well, that looks like Mother Nature a little bit. Then, yeah, just an occult symbol, the magnifying glass for the inspector, obviously the quill and the feather for the librarian, well, the mask for someone masked, and then, well, this looks like an interesting flower, and our wonderful barista. Anywho, so since we know what a St. John's poppy is, and we have it, we do have it, right? I've handed this one out at least twice now. And I say, yeah, this is it. St. John's poppy. But let's have a look. So, the Sedgill Church before Friday. Let's see if we can find it. Sedgill. But how do I know? Do I just go to Sedgill? So it doesn't seem to be a specific place for the church then, yeah. Let's just look. Okay, and I don't think it would be too far from it, so I'm guessing it's just this one. Okay, sorry, I was just having a look over the map briefly, but let's click on Sedgill then. The church isn't hard to find in the small hamlet of Sedgill. This must be the place. Okay. Well, we had it identified already, but, you know, you're welcome. Oh, Verona. Back already? I have returned from Swinside. I must admit, I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the stone circle. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though. Grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of the gilded dendron. Did we identify this one already? No, not yet. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendros miasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Oh, please be very careful with this. But, we also need to have a look which one it is. This was Storian. So the leaves are relatively long, the small curvature towards the end. It wouldn't be this one, would it? My fingers ache from handling this plant. Poison is so potent, even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Might this be the one? We are on an absolute roll at the moment. Gilded Dendra identified, and a new book entry on Maiden's Sorrow, Dolores Spinatum. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend it its name. Okay, thank you for this, and time for label action. Dun, 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 dun. Gilded Dendra. Alright, and oh, actually, this one will get a red label as well, and you come over here. I want to keep these slightly dangerous plants to the side, to the right hand side, and I should really start to put them in order, at least somewhat alphabetically. Oh wow. That weather is not nice today. Let's see. Anwood. My aunt died 2 weeks ago, and I inherited her house. I have been sifting through her possessions, and last night I found something unusual. Okay. In a forgotten corner of the attic, I I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? Royal Gentia. Well, technically speaking, we've just inherited this shop about 5 days ago, so we're learning, but we don't really know about plants. Just want to be open and honest here. But let's have a look. Royal Gentia, we do have the entry, sometimes called Everhard. Pink flowers of the Royal Gentia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. Pink. I think this is the only pink one that we have, and it fits the description perfectly. One of the few known ways to release the bind of Swift Snare. So maybe whatever the strong vines are Swift Snare? Is to apply a paste created from the sap of the Royal Gentia. Well, let's have a look. Pink flowers. Oh yeah, that was the one with the big description. There we go. Elderfinium. Major corridalis. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendrus miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. It has an intoxicating scent, similar to that of Solomon's scepter. Okay, so this is a really helpful one then. Elderfinium. Looks interesting. Wonder if we have this one already in our possession. Elderfinium. We still have quite a few that we haven't really identified yet, so... But we will get there. So this is another 2 days closed. We've received this super strange device that we so far haven't really found a use for yet. But that's okay. But our BIOS library has increased. So for the first time we've met the woman in the jade mask, the one I believe Faye is actually dreaming about, or has been dreaming about. Looks like the last one that we gave her cured her of those bad dreams. But most intriguingly, we were introduced to Ennis Aylford, a man who says who's representing a cult. And it looks like they've certainly took notice of us and are potentially inviting us to join their ranks. We'll figure that one out. But we followed the instructions. We left a St. John's poppy at the step of the church, and I think he said it needs to be left there by the morning of Friday or something along those lines. Actually, we can probably reread this real quick. Oh. Oh, that's a shame. It doesn't give us the full chat log. It just says that last short bit. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Because it did say the specific time, and I think he said leave a St. John's poppy by Friday morning or something along those lines. And can't remember what day it actually was right now. Anyway, we'll figure all of this out, but I think for now I'm gonna take a short break here again, because I think this is a good moment to make a cut, give Helbo a little cuddle again, and then hopefully I will be able to welcome you back on the next episode on Strange Horticulture. Until then, take care, look after yourselves, and be well. Bye.